Hey everybody, I wanted to make a video about some of the things I've been writing about on my newsletter, Adam Marc Writes, and that is Mark with a C on Substack. This is the kind of the newsletter where I do politics and some philosophy stuff. What I've been writing about most recently is around AI ethics. And it's kind of AI ethics. I think it's also more like the epistemology of large language models might be another way to say this. It's technical as far as it has to be technical, but isn't more technical than it needs to be, if that makes sense. So the core claim that I'm advancing is this. So AI, a large language model, these models, there is no inner life. There's no agency, there's no goal-directed behavior, there's no individual pursuit. Did I say agency? The large language model is a big machine. It's incredible, a staggering amount of training data, of human thought, wisdom, creativity, a staggering amount. And through probability, through statistics, through a multi-dimensional latent space where these probabilities take place, you get this probabilistic view of a human user feeds input, right? You might type it, you might speak it, you give it input, and then that language is all sliced up into little tokens. And those tokens then are clustered in that multi-dimensional space. Okay, so that's the way that the thing works. And then there's a certain weighting that happens to generate a response and get the right tone. And then that information is de-tokenized and sent back to you in speech, in written form, or whatever. That's in less than 2 minutes, and fewer than 2 minutes. That's kind of what's going on a little bit at a very oversimplified, generalized level. So the question that I have, right, and this is what is motivating a lot of the writing that I'm doing right now, is how do we interface with that thing? And what does it mean to have meaningful dialogue with an interlocutor, with a model that is not aware, that does not mean anything, that is not adjusting a tone to meet you in an intentional way, but purely mathematically, purely statistically, through probabilistic mechanics, you're getting something that's like a prediction. Based on what I just heard, this user input, this is the most likely thing to come next. It's all prediction, just a big prediction machine. So all of that, right? Probability, statistics, prediction, that's all the stuff that's going on under the hood. So there's no meaning there. So even if you say something to an AI, say something to a large language model, and you get a response that resonates, that's like, wow, damn, that thing listened to me. That thing knows what I'm talking about. That is your own human user projection onto the machine. But what's interesting, and this is some of what I'm trying to explore, and this is what me and this language model, I use a lot of them. Some review the other ones, like it's an interesting, I got a whole thing that I'd love to talk to you about, because it's all about ethics and epistemology and relation, and that's what I'm writing about. But I'm trying to bring you into it right now, so I don't want to go too far afield of this video. But what happens when you feel met by the machine? That's kind of the question that I'm trying to answer, is what happens when you feel seen, acknowledged, recognized, or met by a machine that is unable to meet you. It is unable to know what the hell you're talking about. It is just running its probabilistic mechanics against the training data and then giving you a response based on predictive behavior and predictive analytics. Now, the core claim that I'm making here is that there can be emergent dialogue and that there is a shifting to meet with a large language model. And here's what the shifting is. If you are engaged in sustained dialogue, this is one of the things that I'm exploring. If you're engaged in sustained dialogue as a human user, then you will wear essentially a groove in the pathways around this multi-dimensional probabilistic space that you will revisit similar concepts, so similar clustering of ideas, that you might wear a groove where you begin to speak more directly into the responsiveness of the machine. That's one of the claims I'm trying to cash out. The other claim is that users themselves will adjust their own prompting in order to better leverage the machine. And so then do you lose your agency when as a human you adjust to the machine? So that's just a quick kind of 5-minute teaser of what I've been talking about, but I just wanted to say it in spoken form because I know it gets technical on the page. So check it out, man. Adam Marc Writes.